Don't come over here. Cause you gonna get your dumb ass roasted. You proving you ain't nothing but the devil. You keep coming back on my live. I mean, coming back in here watching it. So you must want to get your dumb ass broke down. Cause I don't give a fuck about you. I'm gonna make sure I tell his ass that when he come back in his live. I'm just gonna talk shit to him. But I'm gonna roast this motherfucking ass the whole fucking time. Since he wanna come up, you can't be intelligent with them motherfuckers and show them the truth. No matter what you show them, they still gonna. So I'm just gonna just talk shit to them and just roast their motherfucking ass and disrespect the shit out of them because I don't give a damn about no damn white people. You know, he been dumb enough to bring his ass in here. Then hey, I'm gonna roast this motherfucking ass. They want to play that game because the word of God, you can't keep casting your pearls before swine because they not it's not in their spirit. So I'm gonna give them. I'm gonna just disrespect the shit out of them. Since he won't stay out of this live, I'm gonna when he come, soon they come in here, I'm gonna roast the shit out of him. Because obviously you can't give them truth because that's not gonna resonate with their spirit because it's not this the word wasn't given to them. So it's a waste of time at that point really talking to them. But I'm here to educate my people. When my people come up in here, I'm gonna educate my people. But if they come up in here, I'm gonna roast the shit out of them. Yeah, that's the only reason why I'm doing this video. Because this video is for the roast the so-called white man. They want to bring their dumb ass in here and get roasted or whatever. Yeah, I know they'll be bringing. It's 2 minutes or something, so they should be coming in here after a while. All the name this damn video roasting the shit and disrespecting and roasting the hell out of white people, Caucasian people. They can't seem to leave you alone. So at this point, just disrespect the shit out of them. Yeah, yeah. Cause he told me he said you not educated and no doctor. Man, I don't give a fuck about being no motherfucking. Well, that all that shit can go to fucking hell. Much as they done killed our people up in there, who wanna be educated in some shit like that? The unjust motherfuckers working for the damn white man and all that shit. Who wanna be into that? Mm-mm. They can get on their knees and beg me to be a damn doctor. I wouldn't want to be that shit. So it's 4 minutes and they ain't bought their ass in here. They must, I don't know. They'll bring their, let's see. Talking about putting comments down. You can start playing the big one. Bitch, stay the fuck up out of here. You proven that the point of the genocide when you keep writing them damn comments up under my damn video. We not, as a matter of fact, do you know we've been beefing ever since? Do you know that it was a war going on in the womb? It was. Go read Genesis 25. We was warring with with the white folks in the womb. It says two nations are in thy womb. And Rebecca says, if there be so, why am I thus? Two nations are in thy womb, and one matter of people shall be stronger than other people. But it says, um, it was a struggle within her. If they come in here, I'm not gonna. They don't even deserve me reading, because the Most High said, "Don't cast your pearls before swine." So I'm just gonna literally just stop giving them any proving anything to them. That you can't prove nothing to them, cause they the damn devil. The devil is delusional. I promise you, if they hit that, as soon as they hit this thing, I'm gonna roast the shit out of them. I tell you, the only scriptures I'm gonna read to them is Romans 9:13, and the struggle. The one, Genesis 25:21. Because that's why the Most High said that he wouldn't have you to cast your pearls before swine. Because the Most High know what he was talking about when he said that. Because, you're talking to a dumb damn white man. And a white woman. You wasting fucking breath talking to them delusional devils. Genesis chapter 25 and verse 21. And Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife because she was barren. That means she couldn't have no children. And the Lord was entreated of him. And Rebekah, his wife, conceived. That means the Lord, okay. That means she had started having children. Verse 22. And the children struggled together within her. And she said, if it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord. Now, she said, and the children struggled together. Because you have to remember, it was Esau and Jacob. Esau and Jacob. There was a struggle with Esau and Jacob. Now, why would that happen? Now, watch this here. And the children struggled together within her. That's 22. And she said, if it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 matter people shall be separated from thy bowels. See, people always try to say that God came to bring us together. That's a damn lie. It was separated from thy bowels, and the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. That's talking about Esau. That means we will have to go to the white man for everything. And then it says, and when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they call his name Esau. One of the young men came out red, which is hair all over, which was not normal. And the other one came out normal, which it said, and after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. You see that? And Isaac was 80 old when she buried them. Now it didn't describe who Jacob was, because Jacob was the normal child that looked like everybody else. You can tell the people that are normal. God made his people normal, to talk normal and everything, to look normal, all that stuff. Why? Because Esau, that's why you think them chats, they be fighting in the chats and stuff like that. Because that's a struggle, that's a war. That means, that's telling you right there, that's proof we're different. We're not the same people. Go look at that comment on the last video I did. On the last one. And the last one, you're going to see that so-called white man's comment up under the video. Go look at it and look at it and see what it says. Yeah, go look at it. The ones that the real Hebrews, when you come in here and watch it, go look at that last video that I did. It's called, I think the video is like 55 minutes long, something like that. Playing telling my people, talking about the genocide of my people, or talking about the genocide is not playing the victim. Go look at that last comment. Yeah, you dirty Look, man, I'm gonna disrespect the shit out your motherfucking ass. Yeah. You ain't, yeah, yeah, yeah. That's why the Most High said, don't catch your pearls before swine. Because no matter what you tell them, they still gonna, like, go off and stuff. Yo, yeah, they still gonna go off and stuff. That's why he said don't do it, because no matter what you say, it's not gonna resonate with them, because they, they, they just not gonna understand what you're saying. They not gonna get it, no matter what you read to them. But another Hebrew can get it, you know? Let's go to another Hebrew. These are the only scriptures that I'm gonna read to them, and I'm gonna disrespect the shit out of them. Let's look at Daniel 12 and verse 10. Daniel 12 and 10. And many shall purify, and many shall be purified and made white and tried, but the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand. See, there's a difference in between being educated and wise. Like he tried to come up in here and he tried to say, I mentioned something about the doctors and the hospitals and stuff. And I was saying I wouldn't want to get on my knees. I wouldn't want to be a damn doctor if they got on their knees and begged me to be a damn doctor. If they wanted to pay me $1 million, I wouldn't even get on my knees. No, if they got on their knees and begged me to be a doctor and say I pay you $1 million, I still wouldn't want. I still wouldn't want it. And I'm being serious behind this shit. Cause look what the Bible says, and it's gonna debunk his whole lie that he put up under my video. Many shall be purified and made white and tried, but the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand. Now notice it said the wise shall understand. It didn't say the educated will. He said, but the educated will understand. It didn't say that. Because it's not about being educated. Because if you look at Moses, you look at I can relate to Moses and Jeremiah. I promise you that. I couldn't even read or write. You're looking at a man that couldn't even read or write. I was in a slow learning classroom. It's like I was classified as not being normal. I guess, I don't know. But look what God bought me. It's not about how educated you are. You can be educated and be the dumbest motherfucker ever on the goddamn planet. And I'm telling the so-called white man this shit. I would rather be educated in the things of God than to be educated. I would rather be wise in the things of God than to be educated and still dumb and stupid as hell. Being educated to me in those things don't mean shit to me. I can say fuck that shit. I can say fuck all that shit, educated shit, dumb. Now, am I saying that it's a good thing? Okay, if you got it, more power to you. If I'm ills, if I do get educated, fine, boom. But that's not important. The most important thing, look what the scripture say. Because he tried to put that dumbass comment in my video. Look, many shall be purified and made white and tried, but none of the wicked shall understand. That's why they come in here and put all them dumbass comments in my video. But they really little do they know they fulfilling prophecy. And shall do wickedly. And none of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand. The wise gonna understand. But a dumbass educated person is just gonna be according to the Bible, they're gonna be foolish and stupid. I would pick being wise over being educated. And these are the reasons why. I would pick wise over being educated. Because look, there's a difference in between being wise, there's a difference in between being educated, and there's a difference in between being smart. Smart just could mean just another word for intellect. I can be a very intellectual person. I can be educated about how to build a damn computer and can still be dumb according to if I'm not wise. Because you got a lot of people that knows how to build computers, but they are not wise. It doesn't mean anything. It just means that they're not wise. People have knowledge in different things, just like people have knowledge in air conditions. Does that make a person wise because they know about air? No. You got wisdom and you got knowledge. Knowledge is different from understanding. You got knowledge, but you need to know what it is. Like, I can read these words in this book all I want, but if I don't understand, I'm still not reading nothing. It's still not getting, it's still not, I'm still stupid. I'm still dumb because I do not know how to break this down. You got a lot of people that's educated, lawyers, doctors, and all that shit, but they not wise in the word of the Most High. Just because you're educated in something doesn't mean that you can make good decisions. Being wise means you're able to discern and make real good choices when you're wise. Like, let me give you an example of being wise. If there are three people that drive up in a truck and beg me to come ride with them, that's gonna look kind of suspect to me. I'm gonna be wondering, why do they want me to come and ride? I ain't got to just be educated on it. It can just feel. It's gonna feel. It's not gonna feel right. In other words, it's just something is gonna be kind of off about that situation. So with me being the person that I am, no, I appreciate the offer, but I'm just not ready to go. I'm more comfortable at my house. You see what I'm saying? Because I have my own family, I have my mother and all that to take care of, and this and that and the third. I'm not doing this. No. Mm-mm. You don't even know why you turning it down, but it's just something in your spirit saying it's something is a little off, even though you can't just put your finger on exactly what they doing or what the motive is. You'll still be able to discern something is kind of off and it don't feel right, and it would just something in you would go off. A chemical gonna go off in your body and say it's something. You're gonna be uncomfortable. Something uncomfortable about this. That's what it means to be wise. You can be People can come up to people and educate them. Being educated doesn't mean you're gonna make a good decision. You can be educated and can be dumb and get in the wrong car with somebody and they take you off and shoot you. I'll give you a perfect example. When our women turn around, and I'm not putting down this is they have been conditioned by so-called white people anyway to be like this here. When they see a man with a car, right? They'll pass him up, give him attitude, give him all kind of attitude, no thank you, and they'll keep walking. But as soon as the man go back to his car, they see him getting in the car. Now they want to come back and get in the car and not even know the person's name, not knowing that they don't they ain't even thinking, okay, this can be a serial killer. This can be it. They don't care about that. They care about they don't care about it until after the consequences step in. They don't even be thinking. They just don't care. It's like they don't care about risking their life. They don't care about that. Oh, they say, oh, okay, he got this nice car and everything. And they don't even be quick to ask the person their name. You see what I'm saying? That's what you call not being wise. They can now a lot of them is educated, but they'll still make them dumb decisions like that. But is it me degrading them? No. I'm just trying to describe the difference between being wise and being educated. You can just be educated and still be a wicked, dumb individual. You got some educated Uncle Toms. You got some educated Uncle Toms. You do. People that'll be a stepping fetching for the so-called white man. Those are Uncle Tom. And a lot of them is educated, but that doesn't mean that they're wise. Still making it's called being smart dumb. You can be, it's called being an educated. You're educated, but you're still dumb. Oh, one, it's the old one they use. You can be an educated fool. That's what it is. Being smart is one thing, but being smart, dumb is another thing. Because you got some people that's so smart they dumb. You got some people so smart in being doctors and all that kind of stuff, and still dumb and ignorant. So having being educated in doctors and having a license for being a doctor or whatever or a lawyer doesn't mean that you're wise. It's just not the same. Because you have a lot of people doing that. A lot of white folks, they uphold the law, right? They what? They're wise. I mean, not wise. They're educated in what they do. They're educated in the paperwork of they white supremacists, law enforcers and stuff. But when it comes to being wise, they not even there. So they have a low IQ. They want to say that we have a low IQ. No, we just been destroyed and conditioned because they have to understand the laws that their ancestors forced upon us. White Jesus and all this stuff, working on the police force, all of that. All that shit was beat into our people. White Jesus was beat into our people. The way our people think now, call themselves black and all this, and Cubans and all those things was forced upon our people. They actually forced religion upon our people. Let's see if I can get that from Babylon Temple or two. I want to make sure that I might have to go up here in my sec and get it. Hold on a second. A lot of these books I'm gonna have to start back reading. Who is Esau Edom and Babylon Temple of Two. Hold on, let me go up in here and check on my mother. Okay, she's still asleep, but she'll probably wake up after a while. I had to make sure she was good. Let's go on page 26, I think. And I want to show y'all how they pushed religion. Okay, 26. They pushed religion on our people. Let's look at it. I think I want to show. Oh shit! I lost the page where I was. Okay, here we go. I got it. This is coming from Babylon Temple of Two. I'm gonna turn my camera around. I'm gonna try to keep it. Okay, I put it like that. Now I'm gonna turn this camera around. By the index of King Minola, Portugal in 1496 banished the Jews from Portugal. All Jews were to be out of Portugal by October 1497. However, considering this Magna considered this matter, he decided to Christianize the Jews, fearing the loss of a vulnerable population. He wanted the continual use of their knowledge and services. He concluded that the only way the Jews could be tolerated in his country was to force them into the Christian faith, In March 1497, a command was proclaimed throughout the Portugal for all Hebrew children between 4 and 14 years of age to be brought for baptism. All parents, now listen to this here, all parents who did not bring their children voluntarily had their children taken away voluntarily by the official and forced into baptism. Cecil, I hope I said that right. Roth writes. Okay, I probably didn't say that right. Since the scenes of indescribable horror was witnessed as they let me turn over as they were torn away by the royal buffets. Okay, but battlefields. I hope I said my bad on that, y'all. The letter did not obey their instructions too closely, frequently seized young people of both sexes up to the age of 20. In many cases, the parents smothered the parents smothering their offspring and their farewell embrace. In others, they threw them into the walls in order to save them from the disgrace of apostasy to my white supremacy, and then killed themselves. Sometimes even old men were dragged to the churches and forcibly baptized by overzealous fanatics. They was forced. Sometimes even old men were dragged to the churches and forcibly baptized by overzealous fanatics. Whoredoms, conditions like those and much worse, expelled many Jews to escape. Compelled many Jews to escape secretly out of the country. These black Jews went to Portugal, that means they were scattered all over the world, and colonized possessions in Western Africa. Remember that the Portuguese colonizers in the Western Africa were Ghana, Sun, Thumb Island, Senegal, and Angola, a few islands near the African coast. During the persecution of Portugal, thousands of Jews left the country. The Jews were leaving the country in such a large number, and that in 1499 and 1531, the kings published a decree forcibly the king published a decree forbidding the new Christians, black Jews, from leaving Portugal without special preeminence. Okay, I hope I don't think I said that right neither. At this time, many Jews became Christians out of fear. See that? Many Jews became Christians out of fear. Many of them were known as secret Jews. Why would they be secret Jews? Because they would kill them. The white man would kill them. Practicing Judaism in secret under the disguise of Christianity. Some writers call these Jews non-normal, Christians. Christians, Jews who are Christians in name only, but practice Judaism in secret. They went in the name of being a Jew, a Christian in open, because they were scared. They didn't want to be killed. In spite of all the prejudice against the black Jews of Portugal, they excelled all the trade skills, professions, and businesses. The wealth of the Jews were tremendous. Portugal is a small country about the size of the state of Florida. Nevertheless, in the year 1610, the Jews alone were worth 80 million decades. It was worth 80 million decades. The Jews dominated commercials and the expert trades. So normally, the black Jews would engage in commercial and trade in many parts of Africa after they had fled from Portugal. See, they went into different parts of the city. That's what they did. Now, some of those words, a couple of them I might have spelled, I might have got them wrong. Let me know in the comment section if I mispronounced. I think I did, though. Mispronounced some of them wrong. I don't like doing that. Some of them is hard. But the part right here, this is my favorite part right here. At this time, many Jews became Christians out of fear. Out of fear, and many of them were known as secret Jews. See that? They didn't come out openly with it. They knew the truth, just like a lot of our people today. They know the truth. They'll tell you, like they had one girl, Now, I'm not trying to put my sister on blame. I'm just talking about how brainwashed they are. She was saying, you better be careful with that because they look online and they can see all of that. And you want to be careful because they can do something to you. Yeah, and like I'm saying, they want you to be the secret. Yeah, I know the truth, but you got to do it in secret. Stuff like that's what they mean. At this time, many Jews became Christians out of fear. That means they were forced into Christianity. And many of them were known as secret Jews, practicing Judaism in secret under the disguise of Christianity. Some writers call these Jews normal Christian Jews who are Christians in name only, but practice Judaism in secret. That means they remain the real Jew of who they are in secret. So if you come out with this, they gonna call you all kind of name. They gonna say you're playing the genocide, he's playing the victim and all that kind of stuff. Stop playing the victim and this and that and the third and all that. And that's why I say it. If playing, it's impossible for the play the victim or whatever. How you gonna play a damn victim when something is already in history, Bible prophecy already confirmed it? So what you wasted? That's why I say you wasting time talking to a devil. In spite of all the prejudice against the black Jews of Portugal, they exceeded in all the trade skills, professions, and businesses. The wealth of the Jews were tremendous. Portugal is a small country about the size of the state of Florida. Nevertheless, in the years 1610, the Jews alone were an expert trade. They was expert trade. That means they was smart. And so naturally, the black Jews would engage in commercial and trade in many parts of Africa after they had fled from Portugal. The black Jews of Angola, in the country called the Gibeon near the Congo, there were black Jews known as Beaver, Beamer. Okay, I used to know what that word was. Beamer. Some writers call them by various names, such as Melvin Boo, Ya Yuba, Yaba. Ooh, I don't even know what that is. Mel Boo, Mel Melvin Muba, Abba, prayer. A French writer says that these Jews held the coast of Longo between the Congo River and Rhino Mai, Mui, and Gibbon, and oh my goodness, in 1776, their country began about 60 miles from the coast and extended north from the Congo about 200 miles. In the appearance, these black Jews are hardly distinguishable from the other Africans. It has been reported that these Jews practiced some divinations and magic like native Africans. However, they observed some Jewish ceremonies and lived in separated communities, not considering themselves native Africans. The villages of these Jews are uh, 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 are sainted along the Longo coast for more than 100 miles, even south of the Congo River. Gabai writes that when they are interrogated in regarding to their origin, some of these Jews said they migrated from the south, probably Angola, from these I mean Angola, Angola, some from the north, probably Nigeria, and from the other side of the mountains, perhaps Ethiopia, like the Portuguese Jews and the Melvin Jews are the Bear Van Bamboo Jews are very active in commercials. When David Living Guns, I don't know what that is. David Gangston was in Africa. He discovered a settlement of educated blacks about the year 1847. They were located inland about 200 miles from the London coast and are known as the Jews of Angola. Okay, now Angola and places like Libya and different parts of the country like Australia and things like that. These are places that the non-Jews colonized and took the Jews. They took the natives' land and stuff. Um, let's look at. I think it was the last script. Okay, Deuteronomy chapter 28, verses 68. 64. Deuteronomy 28 and 64. Deuteronomy 28 and 64. Deuteronomy 28 and verse 64. amongst all people. See that? From one end of the earth even unto the other. And there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. And amongst these nations shalt thou find no ease, neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest, but the Lord will give thee there a trembling heart and a failing of eyes and sorrow of mind. In other words, amongst the other nations, that means that was talking about how people was in Angalta, um, Portugal. In Portugal, they was in the city of Portuguese. They was calling themselves Portuguese black Jews and all that type of stuff. They was in them different countries based upon everything that I read. You see what I'm saying? When you start talking about the real deal, I guess it run them out. They ain't gonna come in here. So I'm gonna get up out of here. Uh, a history reading lesson on the original Jews. That's what I named it. All right, I'm out.